Hello folks, this is Raghunath from Obstra Options Analytics. Today we'll talk about open interest analysis of FII, Pro, DII and client positions. This analysis will be helpful in making certain decisions in our trading, which I'll talk about later. So who are these FII, Pro, DII and clients? FIIs are the foreign institutional investors, such as foreign investment funds, pension funds, sovereign wealth funds, endowment funds, ETF funds. So many different kinds of funds which has origin in foreign shores are called as foreign institutional investors. The pro or the proprietary trading desks are also called as prop desks. And DII are the domestic institutional investors, such as mutual funds, insurance like as LIC and other insurance funds, even National Pension Fund. And then you have clients such as retail investors like us and high net worth individuals who directly invest in the market. So those all come under the clients category. So these are the four categories who are the participants in the market. So what is open interest? Is the total number of open or outstanding futures and options positions that exist in the exchange at any given time. If a buyer and seller together initiates one new trade, then open interest increases by 1. For example, let's say I am a buyer and you are a seller, and I bought a position from you, then that initiates a new trade, and that then the open interest increases by 1. If a buyer and seller, you and me, decides together to exit the open trade position, then the open interest reduces by 1. We can get this open interest data from the exchanges. For example, NSE releases this data every trading day around 6:30 or 7 p.m. in their daily market reports under derivatives section. So you can go there and download the data and analyze yourself. So let's analyze this open interest of these market participants. So but why we have to do this? 1. The open interest indicates their short-term positioning in the market, like what they are doing in the market. This can be deciphered from the open interest. It indicates if they are bullish, bearish or neutral. It tells us if they are going long or are they short covering, or are they building shorts, or they are unwinding their long positions. And finally, it tells us who is driving the market in favor of their positions. Let's say FIIs have a lot of long positions, and if the market is going up after they took a number of long positions, you can say that maybe the FIIs are driving the market in such a way that it is favorable to their positions. Now, this is the data that you get from the NSE. This is the daily data of 15th May. This is index open interest data. So the data you get is long futures, short futures, long calls, short calls, long puts, short puts. And the remaining data we have to calculate by ourselves. So this is classified according to the participant. And you can calculate the net futures by subtracting the short futures from the long futures. In the same way, net calls and net puts are calculated. And finally, the total net longs are calculated the same way by subtracting the total shorts from the total longs. So what are the total longs? Total longs is nothing but long futures plus long calls plus long short puts. Okay, those are total longs. And what are total shorts? Short futures plus short calls plus long puts. Okay. So these are all the number of contracts that we are talking about. So that way you get total longs, total shorts, and from this data you will get total net of that particular participant. Okay, and this will be the total longs of all the participants together. One more thing is that the green color here indicate the long position. Okay, and the red color indicate short positions. For example, here the net puts, which is long puts minus short puts. Here there are more puts and the number is positive, but still it is red color because long puts indicates short position. So that's why it is red color. So the data that we most interested or is this total net of that particular participant. And then we divide this number by total longs to get total net percentage long for that particular participant. Okay, this is the daily data. But does this give any information, any meaningful information? Maybe a little bit. It will just tell what is the current position. But it doesn't tell what was the context before this. For that we have to look back a 1 week, look back 1 month to see their overall positioning and give meaning to this data. So we need that context. So this is what we are going to do when we are going to do analysis. So as I said, this is the most important data that we need to focus on. So one more thing is that if you look at the total number of contracts that are there here, we have very decent number of positions both by FIIs, pros, and clients have the highest number of open interest. And then DIIs have very less number of open interest in the longs, but they have a good enough number of shorts. And if you break down this number of shorts, it is the puts, long puts, which are the major number of this total shorts. So basically their main position in the index is long puts. So these long puts are bought by the DIIs to hedge their cash positions, right? To hedge their stock positions. So from this we can conclude that FIIs have significant open interest in index futures and options. DIIs have no significant open interest except for long puts for hedging purpose. And then pros have significant open interest and clients have the majority of the open interest. Now, as I already told you before, what is net longs? Net longs is long futures plus long calls plus short puts. Okay, this all indicate long positions. And then from this we subtract short futures plus short calls plus long puts, which indicates short positions. Long positions minus short positions will give net longs. And total longs is the long positions of all the participants. And then we calculate percentage net long of that particular participant by dividing the net longs of participants divided by net longs of the participant divided by total longs. And that will give you percentage net longs. And this data is we are going to plot as a chart. So now you can see that the percentage net long data of the index positions in this chart. The blue color is the Pro plus FII, red color is FII, and the purple color is the client. And here is the Nifty. And here we try to see if there is some kind of trend between the net long positions of the clients or the FIS with that of the Nifty or the market. And I will quickly highlight one particular trend that has happened recently. This is last 1 year data. So this is one trend that you can see that has happened in very recently when the market was at peak. Okay, if you can see here, so percentage net long below zero means they are short. Percentage net longs above zero means they are long. So from the peak, from the long position, very slightly long position, they kept on adding shorts. Okay, FII and as well as FII plus Pro, they kept on adding shorts from the peak. Okay, and then they got market down from the peak all the way to 10,000. Okay, and from this point here, they cover their shorts. Okay, so that is clear trend that you can see, which is driven by the FII and pros. They are the major beneficiaries of this particular move because they were heavily short. And contrary to that, the clients have been piling upon the longs even at the peak. From the peak at this point, they have kept on piling on the longs even when market was going down. So they were the net losers in this case because they were sitting on a lot of losses because the market was going down and they are kept on adding their long positions. And so if you might ask a question that why this down move was not accompanied by the short positions of the FIIs. There is a reason. What happened is that around March 12 or 13, I think, this thing, everybody was selling at this point of time. Even DIs were selling in the cash market, FIs were selling, even retail is trying to get out of their positions. So everybody was trying to get out of their stock cash positions, and as a result of this, there were no buyers. So the volumes have dried up at this point of time. Okay, at this point of time, the volumes have dried up. So the FIS had no option but to go to cover their shorts and realize their profits at this point of time. And at the same time, I think some state governments have started announcing some form of lockdown. And then there was also rumors that government is going to come up with some stimulus. And then also there was a rumor that FI is going to announce some kind of monetary policy like cutting interest rates, increasing the liquidity and so on. Or announce the moratorium on the credit that banks have given. So there were a lot of rumors. So at that point of time, even so they had to cover their short positions to realize their profits. At the same time, if you look at the clients, they were sitting on huge number of losses. There might be margin calls. There was increased requirement of the margin that you have to pay because of the high volatility. The VIX went above 60 or something like that. So there was huge issues at this point of time. So the clients have reduced their positions, long positions. So they liquidated long positions. At the same time, FIS covered their shorts, though they realized their profits from the shorts. And then they reached some kind of equilibrium. The market recovered a bit, okay, around 1,000 points or so. And then from then on, it's kind of sideways kind of market. And after some stimulus announcement, market went up. And then from then on, the FIs have started piling up shorts again. And clients have started piling up longs again. So now we have to see how the market will pan out in future, whether they will follow what the FIs have been doing to short the market, so whether the market will go down or whether the market will go up and favor the clients' positions in the index. So that we have to see what will happen. Now I'll go to this position and we will dwell on this chart a little bit more. Okay. So you can go to the chart from the FIDI menu on the opsta.definance.com site, and on that you click on FIDI derivatives. This will load the chart, and we have the data from last 5 years starting from 2014. So it's 6 years actually. Okay, so this is last 1 year data. You can change to 2 years, 5 years, or all the data. So as I shown you here, the reversal happened from 13th March. See, around 13th March, the reversal of the positions has happened. Okay. So as I said, if you don't want to look at the Pro FI data, you can just simply switch it off, and also don't want to see client data, you can switch it off. You can see even much more clarity that from here they were long to short, and then they covered their positions. So you can see these kinds of trends, right? Here you can see FIIs. Nifty was around 10,700 and they started covering their shorts, and the market went up and they did all the way to the peak, right? And then they started piling up the shorts. So you can decipher these trends from these FII net longs data. You can go to 5 years, and then you see even longer term trends, and all the way to 2014. So it's better to see in the shorter term because the trends will look much more clear in shorter time frames. Okay. All right. So now we know that we can decipher some kind of trend from this net longs, net percentage longs data. But if you look at the previous chart, the big chart, it's immediately not clear if there is trend. Not always clear, right? If you look at the long time frame, the trends are not immediately clear, like whether the market is moving along with what FIs are doing, or whether markets is moving as what clients are doing. So in order to get that information, we can look at the correlation between this percentage net longs with that of the Nifty. Okay, if there is a strong correlation, if they move in the same direction, okay, like this, then you will have higher correlation. And if they move in opposite direction, if this moves up and this moves down, then we have low to negative correlation. Okay, so we calculate this correlation and see who is in control of that market at that point of time. So what we do is that we look at 60-day correlation. This is the calendar day. So we take 60 days worth of data, net longs data of all the 3 participants, and then we plot it against the Nifty chart, and then we decipher the correlation, 60-day correlation. So what you are seeing here is the not net longs, but the net longs correlation with the Nifty. Now, as you can see that during this period, right, from here all the way from June 2019 to February, the FIIs and pros, they had a high correlation with Nifty, which means the Nifty is doing what FIIs and pros are doing, right? So you can say indirectly that FIs are in control of the market at that point of time. Okay, and at the same time, the clients are doing opposite of what Nifty is doing, right? So they have very low correlation, actually negative correlation, which means they're doing totally opposite to what Nifty is doing, right? So it has a very low correlation. So these correlations will tell you who is in control of the market and who you should be with when you are doing your trading, right? So if this has a high correlation at this point of time, you want to be with what FIS and pros are doing, right? And when the correlation is down and the correlation of clients is high here, for example, but only briefly, you might be with the clients at that point of time. So this will tell whom you should align yourself with, or your trading should align itself with. Okay. Let's look at some long-term trends of these correlations. Let's go back to the chart again. So there is, if you scroll down the same thing here, and you will see the correlation charts within Nifty of net longs with Nifty. This is the correlation data. So this is last 1 year data, which I have already shown you. And then I will show all the data. And we'll see like what has happened in history. So if you look here, so this is starting from 2014. So if you look here at the starting itself, the FIS had high correlation at this point of time, around April, right? Around April, that had a very high correlation. And then there was a big rally. This rally was because a lot of clients started buying the market in the market started going long in the market because of the elections. There was a clear indication that the BJP is going to form a majority government in the May. So the clients started buying heavily. At that point of time, the FI pros went short because perhaps they are not clear who is going to form the government. Okay. And at a later time, around from June or so, again you can see there is very high correlation with what market does and what FIS and Pro does. Okay. It's as if they are making the market to dance to their tunes, right? So they have very high correlation. And the clients, negative correlation, minus 80. I mean, huge negative correlation. They were doing totally opposite of market, what market was doing. And this has been history of the clients. They have been always on the losing side of the market. They are like take counter trend positions. If the market is going long, they take short positions. When the market is going down, they take long positions. And that is clear from the overall correlation, right? And the correlation goes for a toss when there is some kind of correction in the market. When the FIs sell heavily and they short the market, then the correlation goes down. So for example, if you remember in 2016, there was a down move in the market, right? If you can see here, there was a down move in the market. So then the FIs started selling heavily and then the correlation went down. This was just before the budget. After the budget was announced, the market went up and again the correlation went up. So the FIs always stay with the market. Okay, they are with the trend of the market, or maybe they set the trend of the market. Okay, so this again we see from 2016, major part of 2016 to March, we see that the FIIs and pros are in control. And one interesting thing has happened in March. In March 17, for a major part of March 2017, after March 17, there was a collapse in the correlation of the FII and pros with that of Nifty. It was not as high as it was from before. If you can see, the correlation of the clients have increased and that of the FII Pro has decreased, even though market was going up. Do you know why? In I think around March 17, these AMFI, the Association of Mutual Funds, started this mutual fund sahi hai, that campaign. So when they started that campaign, a lot of money moved into the market, either in the form of SIPs, right, and into the mutual funds, and even directly. The clients have started buying into the market heavily during that period of time. And during that time, that correlation has collapsed. And there was not a huge information that was coming out of that at that point of time. So at that point of time, there was a lot of confusion as if that what is happening between Nifty and what the FII and pros were doing. Okay, so there was a lot of confusion during that period. And later they gained the control again, and again you can see there is a huge correlation with that of the Nifty again. And then 2018 crash, if you remember, around September here, you can see again when there was market collapse, there was collapse in the correlation. And then again we see here high correlation and then collapse, because the market went down and they covered their shorts. So this is how you have to read this correlation and understand who is in control of the market. And then you have to align your trading or your position accordingly. Now, one thing I would like to say here is that don't use this as a primary indicator for your trading. Always your primary trading indicator should be based on your technical analysis, price action analysis, or some other analysis that you do in your own setup. And use this data, FII Pro and client data, as a secondary confirmation as to how you can position your data, whether you are with the trend or against the trend. And accordingly you decide what you want to do with your positions. So that's all I can say overall from this data. So you can do your own analysis on this. Okay, this data is available, the data that I've shown you in the PowerPoint. This is the daily data, and then below that you will see the previous day data. So you can calculate like how the positions have changed. For example, minus 93 to minus 105. So they have increased their shorts, FII, which you can see in the net short longs also, right? From minus 2.43 to minus 4.02 for FIIs. Okay. So that data is the FII, net long, percentage long data, correlation and everything is available within this big tab here. And then within that you have another tabs where you can see more data. And some people also use futures only to analyze this data. So for them also we have this futures only data, and all the calculations are pretty much similar. So you can also go through those data and analyze yourself what you can decipher from that. Okay. And then the data that I was showing you, the current day data and the previous day data, and you can see what are the changes from previous day data and see whether they are going long or short. And similarly, there is also stock open interest data. So the above two are index open interest data. Similarly, you have stock open interest data, and we have done the same analysis for the stock open interest data, stock percentage net longs. So go and do the analysis and find insights from this data, and please leave comments with your own analysis, and give us suggestions if you want to include some other analysis in this. Okay, so you can find this data daily updated around 6:30 and 7, I think. So you can check this data updated every trading day around that time. Okay, and finally, so what we can conclude from all this analysis is that FII goes with the market trend as indicated by high correlation. Okay, they are with the market. DAS have no big role because they only buy the long puts to hedge their stock positions. And pros, they have a positioning quite similar to FIIs. So that's why we have included FIIs pro analysis as well together. If you don't want, you can just uncheck that data. And then you have client. They are often contrarian to the market trend. So now you can decide based on this what you want to do in your own trading. And the final suggestion that we can make here is that use this analysis only as a secondary confirmation to your existing trade system. If your existing trading system says the system is short, okay, and the FII client analysis is also saying that they're going short, then you are fine, right? Then you are fine because both are aligned. But if your system says that you are long and the FII client system says it's short, then you need to think what you want to do, and then you can decide to reduce your positions, for example long positions, or you can buy some kind of hedge, or you can take so many other decisions based on this data. So use this analysis, align yourself with this data, and then make your own decision. Okay.